Mm-hmm. All right. Almost there. Okay. It is all yours. Do you want
Awesome.
Gary to host as well today?
We're good. I think we're good.
Okay, I'll be here, so I'll be able to
Okay.
help.
All
All
righty.
right.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Wow. Good Friday morning, everybody. So, what are we going to talk about today? Uh, we're going to talk about building your board of directors. So, what is your board of directors? What does that mean? Wait a minute. Let's get everybody in first and get some. There we go. Muting going on. Okay. So before we start and talking about the board of directors, anyone have anything they'd like to share from yesterday or this week? Any great wins they've had? Interactive Friday. Anybody want to share? I call that crickets. Come on, guys. It's kind of like when you reach out to somebody and you've showed them the opportunity and you go to follow up, and what happens? Crickets, crickets. No, come on. You guys aren't that. You're all leaders. I'm going to give it another minute because still people are still popping in.
Good morning, Freda. This is Cindy.
Hey, girl, thank you for hopping on.
We always have something fun to share. We just have
Awesome.
we have a lot of people taking the challenge, the weight loss challenge, and we have a lot of people in promotion with the GLP-3, the free enrollment for our packs. And then also we have 3 of our 3-star promoters that are within 300 or less of getting to 3-star. So we're hoping by the end of the day we make that happen because they're so close. We have one that's only 180 away from 3-star. So they're just a couple more $200 specials away from getting themselves to that 3-star position. So we're excited about that.
That is great news. That is awesome. I know you're excited about that. We're in the same boat. We've got a couple that are just teetering right on the edge of 3-star as well. So, anybody else want to share? If not, we're going to dive right in. We're not going to share slides today because we're really going to just talk with you, not to you. And you guys are more than welcome to stop and ask questions, interrupt anytime, because this is not, I don't believe in just talking at people. I believe that people learn and grow from and being involved. So we're going to talk about building your board of directors. What is a board of directors? Anybody want to guess?
What did I mean by Sudani soon on the sideline?
A board of directors, honestly, I have always had a board of directors in my businesses. And why? Why do you have a board of directors? I always say that a board of directors are people that are smarter than me. Does that make sense? People that are higher in life than me, or I want to be where they are in life. Like, for example, when you choose your board of directors, what you're really thinking about is this: who is it that is really, really, really a decision maker? Who is it that can see the big picture that I see? If you're going out and you're building this business and you're thinking, well, I can help that person because they just lost their job, or I can help this person because they need money. Yes, that's true. We can do all that. Absolutely. But when we talk about your board of directors, you're looking for people that are sharp. You're looking for people that are going to hold you accountable. I look for people that are holding me accountable all the time in all my business, in my other businesses as well, because my board of directors are the people who keep me sharp. They're the ones that can outthink me. It's just like being the president of the United States. I don't care what what nationality or what party you're affiliated with. It doesn't matter about that. It's the fact that you choose your cabinet, you choose your leaders, you choose your boards, because you know what? It helps you to do what you say you'll do. because a board of directors is actually a group of people who will make you better, faster, stronger, and in business for life. When I started my first businesses, I went out and I looked who was the best attorney, who was the best accountant, who was the best insurance advisor, who was the best financial advisor. This business is no different. This business is a business. So if you're trying to win and build this business alone, that's the slowest path you can ever take. You seriously want to have a strong board of directors. So I'm going to ask everybody to kind of think along with me, or grab a pen and paper, and let's just talk about you and your board of directors. So let me ask you a question. Who in your life was your biggest mentor? Are they on your list, or are they on your team? Did you write that name down? Who was your biggest mentor? Who did you, through high school or college, who did you want to grow up to be like? And then who was that mentor in your life? Think about that person. Are they on your team? Now let's think about the next board of directors. Everybody needs to have great health, right? And we have the product to do that with. So let me ask you this. Is your health expert part of your board of directors? If not, they should be. Now, who is your health expert? Is it your doctor? Is it your counselor? Who is it? Who is your health expert? Is that person on your team? We're going to ask everybody if they would please mute. We thank you for doing that. Who else is on your board of directors? If you're not thinking of names as I give you these suggestions, just write down, write down mentor, write down health expert, and then go back later and try to think, who is that person in my life? Who is your financial expert? Who do you want to take financial advice from? Are they on your team? Who's your biggest motivator? Who motivates you the most? Who in your life has motivated you to step out of your comfort zone? Who is that person? Are they on your team? I love this person because when I look for this person, I had to find someone that it's called your accountability partner. I am sure that Adrian has an accountability partner. I'm sure that Nicole has an accountability partner. I have an accountability partner. Gary has an accountability partner. Who is your accountability partner? Are they on your team? Here's a good one. Who's your growth leader? Who's your growth leader? Is it your minister? Is it a counselor? Who is your growth leader? Outside of all the growth leaders we have in this business that are teaching you each and every day, who is your growth leader? Who's your truth teller? Who's going to tell you the truth no matter what? Who's going to say, Freda, that was the dumbest thing you've ever done? Why'd you do that? Who's going to be that person in your life? Who is that person? Are they on your team? Who's your visionary? Who's the person that dreams so big you look at them and go, are you crazy? No, that's a visionary. You want that person on your team.
That's as big as they are. So important that they stay pristine, clean.
Hang on a second. Let's get people muted again. I'm sorry.
Contaminate a fuel system, you're replacing the whole fuel system.
Okay. I don't know who it is. So anybody else know that can mute them? Okay.
But you can imagine as a blowtorch by having excessive.
I apologize, guys. I'm trying to figure out who it is here. I think we got them. All right. Thank you so much. So let's go back 1 minute. Who's the visionary? Who dreams bigger than you? Who says, I want to buy that island in the middle of the ocean instead of just give me a little shack by the creek? Who is that visionary? Who is that person? Are they on your team? Who's the connector? Who's the person that no matter where you are, they're out like a little butterfly everywhere, talking to anybody and everybody everywhere? Who is your connector? Who is that person? Are they on your team? And who's your proven leader? Who do you look up to that's a proven leader that is not in this business? Now, I will tell you that we have many of them in this business, but who's the one that's going to be in your business? Because honestly, we're only one person away every day from having leaders and having people like this on your team. That's what a board of directors is. And the truth is, we all set goals, but we don't really rise to the level of our goals. We rise to our environment. Wow. Think about that for a minute. We rise to our environment. So what do we want? We want to have a strong board of directors around us. Because when you set big goals all day long, your daily surroundings, the people, the habits, and the standards around us determine how high we'll actually go. Let me break it down for you for a minute. You have people all the time and their goals are really good. I want to make more money. I want to be healthy. I want to build a big business. That's what we want. But quite honestly, your environment is what you become. How many of you have kids on here? Let's see your hands. How many have kids? How many ever told their kids, be careful who you hang around with? Because you become what you associate with. You become what they associate with. So, who do you talk to daily? Who do you listen to? What do you tolerate? What's normal around you? When you think about that for a minute, you really honestly become the environment that you associate with. I look forward to going to events. I look forward to going on this cruise. I look forward to hanging out with people like Lance and Tracy. I look forward to hanging out with all the big leaders in this business, with Kim and Samson and everyone. We look forward to that because that's our environment. And that should be your environment as well, because that's where you really want to be. But the real life truth is about all of this is if you're around people who are making excuses, you're going to grow really slow. Quite honestly, I have a hard time being around people who make excuses. And if you're around people that are winning and leveling up, you're going to win and you're going to level up. If your circle is average, you're going to be average. And if our circle is growing, we're going to grow. So we absolutely match our environment. Ever think about that? Let's take a simple analogy here. If you put a seed, and Gary can actually attest to this because of his I can't even say the word, background. He's a big agronomist or whatever you call it. Anyway, if he puts if he has bad soil and he puts a seed in that bad soil, it's not going to grow. It's going to struggle. But if he has rich soil, it's going to thrive. So it's the same seed, just a different environment with a different outcome. So let me ask you a question. How many of you have been thinking and enrolling people that you think are going to be great in this business? But did you stop and ask them these questions before you enrolled them? Did you ask them what they liked the most about what they saw when they saw the business opportunity? Did you ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about doing the business? How much would you like to earn in a month? How many hours do you have to invest? How many months do you think it will take you to earn what you just told me you'd like to earn? If I work with you and help you earn that amount of money in that amount of time, are you willing to join the team? Do you want to grow fast or do you want to grow slow? When you're qualifying your board of directors, guys, these are people that are going to be, in my opinion, people that are better than you. And I'm not saying that anybody's better than anybody else. I'm just saying they have achieved more in life than you have at this point in your life. Because I'm telling you, if you work with people that are successful or in life where you want to be, or even earning the income you want, that's people that you want to work with. So how does all this tie into your board of directors? Because this is what really, really matters. Because our board of directors, you're choosing your environment. You're choosing people that are going to challenge you. I mean, we have people on our team, and I purposely went for these people because I needed their knowledge. I needed their experience to grow a successful business. When I needed someone that knew more about social media than I did, I went to a top person in the social media business who gets paid over 10 grand a year. I mean, 10 grand an event to step on a stage. And I said to him, I need your expertise. I need you on my board of directors. He said, absolutely. How can I help you? He joined the team. He challenges me every day. When I needed a health expert, I went to a doctor that I knew was holistic. She joined our team. So guys, it's your environment that you choose that's going to grow you, because they're going to challenge you. They're going to raise your standards. They're going to expand your thinking. I have learned so much from those people. And you know what? They won't let you stay small either, because they'll say, oh, come on, let's try this. Let's do this. So guys, you really, really, your board of directors is all about people that are going to challenge you. So, if you don't rise to your goals, you're going to rise to whatever you tolerate every single day. So change your environment if you need to, and you'll change your life. It's that simple. I know that when I opened one of my business many years ago, I was struggling with one of them. And I'm like, why am I struggling? Because I kept the old staff that belonged to the business that I purchased. Then I went in and took a hard look. And I said, wait a minute. This is not the board of directors I need to grow with. So what do? I clean house. I go start a new board of directors. And we produce another multi-million-dollar business. So now I'm going to bring you down to, what do you have to do? What are my action steps? I want you to write this down. And I want you to ask yourself these questions. Who am I around today? Who am I around today? Am I around somebody that's whining and crying and making excuses? Absolutely not in my world. Do they stretch me or do they shrink me? That's question number 2. Number 1 was, who am I around today? Who am I around daily? Do they stretch me or do they shrink me? Are they where, the third one is, are they where I want to go? Are they where I want to go? If not, it's really time to upgrade and change our environment. So I know sometimes I deliver things a little hard, the punch, but I don't do it to hurt anyone or to downgrade or talk about or low to anyone. I just know what it takes to succeed in life. I know what it took for me to succeed in life. So what I would like to do now is take my face off the screen that I'm looking at and see everybody else's face. And I want to ask you a question, a real deep thought question. Yes, I love that person who's struggling. I love that person who's having issues in their life. But guess what? I can't totally change that. The only thing I can do is surround myself with a strong board of directors who will reach out and do the same thing. I will guarantee you that probably Shannon has a strong board of directors around her in her businesses. So I'm going to stop talking for a moment and ask someone to tell me that's in business right now. Because every one of you on here, every one of us on here are in business right now. But I'm talking about a business outside of this business. Do you have a board of directors in your other business? Anyone? Okay. If not, let's talk about the board of directors in this business. Name one person. You don't have to give me their name. Just tell me what their profession is. Let's do it that way. Craig, for example, what one person on your team is considered to be a part of your board of directors?
Probably the one that has helped bring LED lighting into California back in the day. And since then, he has helped other people gather capital for their businesses. So his vision is beyond the horizon. And he will be a superstar one day in this business. I guarantee.
What did he say? What was his key word right there? Why was he a good board of directors? Visionary? Was he a visionary? Yeah. Is he a visionary? Is that one of the qualities of a good board of directors? Yes. So let me ask somebody else. Somebody else tell me one person on your team, what profession? Go ahead, Shannon. I saw you unmute.
Therapist. I love my therapists. They keep me grounded, keep me not pie in the sky ideas. So I love them, and just, you are right, Freda. I was like, I do have those people. Like, they are the best around me, and I just love them. So finding your board of directors is a key piece of the puzzle. And I've just been so grateful to God that he's laid them around me, and we're going together.
Absolutely. I have to share a story with you real quick. How much time do we have here? Gary and I have had the same doctors for years. Yesterday, we went back for some results of some blood work that we had done 2 weeks ago. Most of you know our age. We take absolutely no pharmaceutical drugs at all. The doctor looked at our reports yesterday and she said, I don't even know why you're here, why you waste your time coming. Your numbers are absolutely perfect. You have nothing out of line. What can I do for you? I said, I have a question. How would you like to have more patients like us? Mm-hmm. She said, what do you mean? I said, then first she said to me, are you guys still doing those nutraceutical things? I said, oh, you mean the ones that are in the PDR? She said, yeah, yes. I said, that's why you see those numbers as good as they are. I said, how would you like to have more patients like us? And she said, what do you mean? How do I do that? I said, give me your name and number and we will connect. Guys, that's the first time I've ever had a doctor give me their cell phone number that I wasn't friends with. She texted me before we got home. So you have got in your hands an absolutely phenomenal project. Look at the action that's going on with Nicole. Look at the action that's going on with Cindy. Look at the people that are growing. Why are they growing? Why are they growing? We've kicked our fear because we all had it in the beginning. I know I did. I wasn't sure what I was talking about. I learned quick. And guys, I tell you this morning already, we've been on calls to Asia already this morning, sharing with people there. And you know, it is absolutely a Good Friday. And this happens to be our 3-year anniversary in 3. And Gary and I couldn't be more excited about the people on our team, the growth that we're seeing, the lives we've touched, and the board of directors that we have selected. But it's not about us. It's about you and it's about them. Back to you, Adrian. I know she's there somewhere, but she's been letting people in.
I'm so sorry.
There
Yes,
you are.
I'm here. Yeah, no, I was trying to unmute myself. It's so I just love how eloquent you are when you talk about big subjects like this. Like, I think we could have come at this from a couple different angles, right? Where we sort of like instill in you the power of board of directors. But at the same time, you did it in a way that I felt like was really thoughtful, right? As far as like making sure that you're really vetting and you're actually recruiting with intention. And so to me, that really stood out today. I love that you asked people if they've ever been surrounded by other board of directors. What does that mean to them? And are they doing it in this business? And I think that's key as well, right? Have they found the right team members around them that they feel that they really are, visually aligned in what we're building here at 3? Because the thing is that I think is interesting is we accept everybody in this business, right? Everybody comes in, everybody's allowed. There's no test, there's no like specific qualifications to be a part of 3. And sometimes we treat people like they should be, some type of a business builder, or they should be, some type of a leader, and they're really not yet, right? They're just somebody who said yes to 3. So the difference here is in what you shared is basically looking for people who are aligned with the goals, with their own goals, their personal goals in 3, as well as the team's goals, which is for me, I mean, I look at this and I'm like, okay, if we did 200 million in revenue globally, and you guys hear me say this all the time, the goal would be to do 200 million in the North American market as well. And why do I say that? It's not that you guys don't have business in Asia or things like that. It's just for the fact that you're here, you're living in the North American market, and I want all of you guys to be highly successful and earning great incomes. And so it's important to have that vision set for you guys as well. And until the company does that. It's interesting. Yesterday, I was on a call with a doctor. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I want to share this. Sorry. I was on a call with a doctor, and he has a different type of clinic. He doesn't accept insurance. Everything is on membership. And it's kind of cool. Like, I really liked that he did that, right? So he doesn't take insurance. Everything's on membership. And he said, when I first got started, Adrian, he's like, I pretty much starved as a doctor. I pretty much worked for free, And he said, but then 3 to 5 years in, it's like everything exploded. And I was like, oh, and he goes, what's interesting? He's like, the timing of this company and this business, you guys are going into your 3rd year. And he's like, I do have some network marketing experience. And what excites me is that I'm getting in before the 3rd birthday of the company. And I was like, this is such a great conversation. Like, it hit me in more ways than I realized, because what he was talking about his traditional business and how it took him 3 to 5 years to get it to be profitable. And here, because we have the ability to earn income right away, we think we should be like ultimately profitable within a short period of time. The reality is you can be, if you came in with $1,000 pack here, right? And you taught, and you went out and you searched actually for 10 other people who had the ability to come in with $1,000 pack, right? They're business builders. You're obviously seeking business builders, not just somebody who wants to try a quick $200 pack. You're going to have a different experience in building that board of directors out because you're going to have more serious people. The difference here is they can make that $1,000 back right away. They don't need to wait 3 to 5 years to make their investment back. So when we talk about finding board of directors, it could be a 3 to 5 year build to where you're here finally achieving maybe a 6 or 7 figure income. But certainly you're going to get your ROI quite quickly, right? So I went at it from a little bit of that angle. When I think board of directors, I'm looking for people who, you know, can make a larger investment and are willing to, because if they do, if they have a little bit more, and I hate even saying this because it's so salesy, but skin in the game. All right. If they have some more skin in the game, if they have put out a larger amount of money, they're that much more motivated to share to make their money back. All we have to do is help them see the value in that. All we have to do is map out a picture for them to be able to get that money back. Which, you know, anyway, so it's significant. You're not going to make money right out the gate. Not that you can't. Some people have gone 6 figures in this business in 2 weeks, myself included. But don't compare my 17 years of experience to your 17 days as a brand new person in this industry, or as somebody who's starting again and taking another chance on this industry, right? So anyways, that was food for thought. But yeah, and I know we're going into a big weekend and probably going to spend a lot of time with hopefully family, friends, and everybody else. And just remember, at the heart of everything that we do, we're really here to help people be happier and healthier. That's it. And when you go in and you seek board of directors, you might not get that from your friends or family. I'm just saying. You might have to go deeper, like Freda was sharing today. You might actually have to intentionally recruit people that they you might how do I put this? You need to recruit up, okay? like Freda was saying. People who have maybe more experience than you, maybe they've had network marketing experience, maybe they have larger circles of influence, maybe they have more money to invest. I mean, that's what I had to do when I was like a tired, broke single mom. I couldn't come in with a big pack, but I talked to people that could. I wasn't afraid to talk to people that made more money than me, that probably could out recruit me, that I wasn't afraid of that. That's exactly who I was looking for, right? People with vision, drive, motivation. They were self-motivated in a lot of ways. I didn't have to direct them, right? They would have come in and been a self-starter. So anyways, I just wanted to piggyback off that. I also want to say congratulations to Priscilla Becker, who had her first launch event last night. And she had 5 women show up. Congratulations, Priscilla. And it was so fun. And she was so professional. I just want to say that she is a professional, but she was so professional. The way that she introduced me, she edified, she started this process. And as we were going through, that's 5 people who showed up for her last night. And I would say that 2 out of the 5 that I heard Priscilla talk about and share a little bit more about who they were with me would be somebody I would consider to be highly qualified for this business. One of them being Mary Jo. The other one I think was Tanacho, something like that. Sally, I think her name was. Anyways, so I was just really proud of her because I knew that Priscilla, being a professional, would recruit professionals. Would
Thank
recruit people
you.
who were business minded. Yeah, Priscilla, you're here. Do
Thank
you want to
you.
share just a little bit about last night?
Yeah, but it was good to have the people there that were on because these are people that I really love, so it felt comfortable to have them there. And I think, like you said, a couple of them will probably do well. I definitely needed to hear what I heard today. Thank you for this message. I did send out about 15 more recordings for people who apologized that they forgot or they missed it, or people who said they couldn't make it, but could I send a recording? So I do have some work to follow up as a result, and I'm looking forward to having another one so that I don't know what you call the second one because this one was my launch.
Mhm.
So yeah.
But
So
this is what's so cool about you saying that, Priscilla. I'm great job. I sent her a directive last night. I was like, the time to follow up was now. Send this recording to anyone that couldn't make it, right? Because she's planting those seeds, right? Freda was saying there's a difference between where a seed is planted and how it's nurtured. Priscilla's nurturing those seeds, whether they showed up or not. She's sharing with them what we did end up sharing. So yeah, so you guys, the next event is the best event. So Priscilla, as soon as you can, you want to book out your next event. And are you still in launch mode? Could we still call that a launch? Yeah, because you're not set yet. Your board of directors are not set in stone. You do not have 5 on your left and 5 on your right, right? That have already, become a QBA. Until you have that, you want to do event after event after event. And you're always booking from one event to the next event. This is how you find your board of directors as you keep reaching out. You guys are, you are looking for 4 aces in a deck of cards. Literally 4 aces in a deck of cards. So you've got to keep doing your own personal launch events as well as plugging into the 3 OPPs that happen weekly. So yeah, I would book the next one right away, Priscilla, whenever that works best for your schedule, your calendar. And then we can go back and create another invite and send it out. I like to do personal launches, you guys, right? I always say, bring me your best 10. Right? That means I want to do 8 to 10 actual one-on-one launch calls with you. That is how I launch people in this business to earn 6 and 7 figures. It's 8 to 10 of those. And then what happens is as you start gathering a team, it's like, I don't know, it's like you're picking up momentum. So your teammates are inviting to those personal launches. Boom, boom, boom. So now it's not just you recruiting and inviting to that next launch, right? It's you and your team are inviting. So you're telling your team, send this invite out to 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 people. We're going to do a one-on-one launch. Are you guys with me on that? I just realized I haven't had my camera on the whole time. It's okay. You don't want to see me anyways right now. Okay. So that's really where this starts to come into play. It's more than just making a names list. If you made a names list and you just stare at your names list, but those people aren't being actively invited to take a look or participate, and you're not asking them to join your company, remember what Cindy said, no asky, no getty? That's my favorite thing that she ever said from yesterday. It's the one thing that stuck in my head. No asky, no getty. Okay. So you want to ask people to continuously take a look. All right. I've taken up way too much of your time. Hopefully that was valuable. I know, Freda, what you shared was fantastic. And it really inspired so many of us today to go out and to continue to recruit and look for our board of directors. And so today is a Good Friday. As far as onboarding tomorrow, I think we might pivot. I think I might end up sharing, if you guys haven't ever heard Greg and Lori, they're our upline leaders, or they're my upline leaders. They're my personal sponsors in this company. They host a great onboarding, and I believe they're doing it tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to check in, but I would like to test that out and give you guys an option to hear something different. Okay. Now, as they have their own website, I would still direct you back to our legacy makers. I feel like we have one of the most complete websites in the company. So whatever tools and materials work for you, fine. But what I suggest is that you start booking launch event after launch event after launch event, and you don't do it alone. So if you have even 1 or 2 customers in your team, you say, we're hosting this online event. I'm super excited about it. Sarah Frio could do this. I'm super excited. I'm hosting an event with my business partner, Adrian. I know you're just a customer, but I would love for you to hear the fullness of what we offer. Is there any chance you'd be able to jump on board? And better yet, would you like to share this with a few friends? Right? Or things like that, whatever that means. Okay. So it's getting the ball rolling. Somebody has to push the ball up the hill. That's you. When you have a team of people doing it with you, now the ball starts rolling downhill and we're all just catching up to it. Okay. All right. Okay, you guys, if nobody's told you that they love you yet today, I want you to know you are so loved. So, so, so loved. Big hugs to every single one of you. I'm glad that you guys are with us. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for your entrepreneurship abilities. I'm grateful for your grit. That's important for me to say today, because not everything about this business is easy, and I'm aware of that. So I want to thank you for your grit and your tenacity and for not giving up. Okay. And I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend, and just be checking the thread, and we'll go from there. All right, you guys, we'll see you later. Happy Friday. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Freda. Thank you, Adrian. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Karen. Bye,
Happy
Karen.
Easter all.
Happy Easter. Bye, Craig.